Preseason has been interesting. Weather's been a little bit difficult this January, but you got to do what you got to do. We've been working inside some. We've been getting on the field when we can, and just doing the best we can to get through the last couple of weeks with the weather. We're not the only one that's been in that situation, so it is what it is. We had a really good fall. Lots of good weather, lots of good practice, a lot of good team bonding, and I think it's a good group we got putting on the field this spring.
I'd agree with that. I think that's a pretty good way to sum it up, but it's been exciting, honestly, from the player standpoint. Like, we're ready to get after it and just start playing some ball against other teams. Yeah.
What are some things from the fall that you can carry over to the spring?
Just getting a good mix. I mean, we had putting people in different positions, kind of shuffling people all over the place a little bit, and just getting them being uncomfortable, getting them used to, so what happens next, right? Injury happens, somebody else has got to step up, and kind of shuffling that and trying to get the freshmen to understand how all that works with the course of a 56-game season. I know they've been through it with high school, but it's just a little bit different grind when you're traveling a lot, you're missing classes, you're having to keep up with both sides of that. So just trying to put a lot of emphasis on that in the fall, be ready for the unexpected. They've worked really hard and been open to that, so I think they're prepared. But you never know, especially with young kids, how they're going to respond. We do have a good core group of returners back, so I think that leadership from these guys, is going to help a lot.
Yeah, absolutely. Not only on the field, though, we've been getting after it in the weight room. We got a new strength coach this year, and she's awesome. She's done really well with us.
Weight room's been really good for us. I think we've progressed a lot there, gotten stronger, hitting balls harder, throwing balls faster. Anything that we can translate onto the field is a plus for us, and we've been doing that all year long.
The tough schedule, you have even a very hard middle of the season where you play 8 ranked teams in a row, especially the number 1 team in the country. How are you planning to navigate that tough schedule this season?
Yeah, I mean, the GSC is tough, period. One of the toughest conferences in the country, so you got to play the best to be able to figure out how to beat those guys and how to play at that level consistently. So the schedule is tougher this year than we have had in the past couple of years, but the more we can play those teams, the more they're going to understand what it takes to beat those guys and to play on that same level. That's where the program's trying to get, and that's where we're trying to take this thing. These guys understand this, and so they want to be in those games. They want to play a tough schedule. They don't want to play anything less, So I think it will be good and help prepare us for those tough GSC games come middle of the season. Early on, we open up with Tampa. So here we go. There's no downtime. It's just hit the ground running and see how it goes. You don't understand how to play and how it feels to be in those situations until you're in it. So the more often we can put these guys in those pressure situations, the better they're going to respond. And ultimately, we want to be able to do it throughout the year, but we also want to be prepared for the end of the year when it really counts. And I think hopefully the nerves will be gone by that time, and they'll kind of, be ready to go. More prepared at that point of the season than maybe before.
I think we're going to be our best self or our best team by playing the best competition we can. And I think seeing those arms and seeing those teams in general is going to make us a better team come the end of the season when we need to basically suit up and be ready. And I think it's good for our team and for the newcomers to just see what that's like by playing those big names, just getting it out, basically shaking all the nerves out of our system.
Yeah, it only prepares us for conference tournament and postseason, anything on from there, so it's great for us.
You're ranked 8th in the GSC preseason poll. What are your takeaways from that?
Nothing. It's preseason poll. No game's been played. It really means nothing. We have some new kids coming in this year. We lost some. I think if you look at production from our roster last year, you would say, yeah, we lost a lot. But I also think we've replaced some of that. And, not to put pressure on those guys, but I know what they can do. I see it every day at practice. So I think we will have other kids step up that will be able to replace the production that we lost. But from a standpoint of looking at what we lost from last year's stats, I understand where people might do that, but at the end of the day, none of it matters. You got to play on the field, and I think we're prepared for that. So,
Ellie and Maddie, what are your expectations for this season, and what are you looking forward to most?
The returners, from what we've said to each other, I think are most excited just to start with this team culture that we have this year. I think it's great. I think the girls are excited to be here. They're ready to be a part of something bigger than themselves, and I think that we're just here ready to play, and I think the excitement is going to be enough to get us through these first couple games with just a fire under us. I'm excited to see everybody kind of mature into a different softball player by the end of the year, even sooner probably, but I'm excited for that.
Yeah, I think our chemistry this year has been great. Everybody wants to be there every single day. I want to win more this year, obviously, but I think we can do that with this group.
I'm most excited to see the growth of these guys. Where we are right now isn't going to be where we are a month from now, and halfway through the year, and at the end of the year. And I think that we do have some young kids that are going to be in the mix. We've got a couple of transfers that are going to be big pieces of what we do. So to get that group on the field together and just to see how they adapt and grow and get better and the chemistry, because I know how the chemistry is. I know how the group is a really good group. And I know how hard they work. So I think just getting them on the field, getting them comfortable with each other, and as the season progresses, I'm excited to see how far they go and how different we are a month from now and at the end of the year. But it's a really good group. They mentioned the weight room. They work really, really hard on and off the field, putting in extra work, and doing the things that we talk about as what a championship program does. And those are the expectations of the program, and they know that, and they're doing everything they can to try to get us there as fast as possible. So I'm actually super interested to see how this crew does and how we respond to some adversity. But I think they're prepared, and I think we'll see a lot different as the season develops. But that's what I'm most excited for this group.